Hi, my name is Hanan. I am Sophia's mother. We're here at Linden Clinics to provide Sophia with stem cells therapy using the bone marrow stem cells. This is not her first round of stem cells. This is her second round, but first time for her to get the bone marrow stem cells. We have learned about the clinic through my research on the internet. I've seen some videos about the clinic, and then I did my research and I watched testimonials, and it made me very excited about taking the steps to come here to Istanbul, to Turkey, and provide the services for Sophia. First round, we have seen, it was an umbilical cord stem cell therapy, and we've seen significant, I won't say significant, but we saw a huge difference in her capabilities stemming. So her stemming decreased and her awareness has increased. And I was very excited to see at least that kind of transition for her. And it was something that we wanted to pursue for our next another round, and we wanted to try something that is also more effective, which is the bone marrow stem therapy. That's why we're here. Sophia was born a normal child, and she had some health issues around the age of 1.5, and that's when the health issues was including ear infections and some multiple ear infections, and also with her vaccinations, we saw some developmental delay, and then she became diagnosed with autism closer to 3 years of age. She lost a lot of her skills where eye contact, her capabilities of learning more. Sophia is a very sweet-tempered girl. I think she's very smart. The only thing that is holding her back is her autism, because it's a barrier for her to talk, to comprehend, and to communicate, and to learn. So this is the main reason why we are looking for the stem cells as not a solution, but a route to get her to where she can be able to function in the community. Yes, I did. It was her vaccinations and her ear infections came at the same time, because they give most of the vaccinations in the early first 2 years of a child. I think that it has affected her negatively, and they would say there's no guarantee that that's the reason, but we did all the genetic testing, we did neurological testing, we did testing for the gut, and all of them came normal. So there's most likely a high effect of vaccinations along with the ear infections that she was having back to back that caused her to have one time a seizure. I'm looking for more speech, more communication and comprehension. We live in a very cruel world, and I want her to at least be able to tell us what happens outside the house, what happens at school, what happens if somebody has mistreated her, if she has some pain any place in her body, she can express that. I would like to give her more capabilities of functionality, and would that make her be able to at least be more independent in life? I will not live forever for her, so I want her to give her a chance to be more independent, and I think that's the route that I'm starting. That's the investment I'm making for that future for her. Yes, it's very challenging. My first child is a neurotypical child. She's 13, and for her there was a challenge because she was seeing more attention to her younger sister being autistic, but we had to train her and talk to her, understand where your sister is different, she needs certain help, she needs a lot of praising. If she doesn't want to play with you, that doesn't mean that she doesn't love you. If she doesn't want you to hug her, because that doesn't mean that she doesn't love you. There's a lot of conversational build up, and we also have put my eldest in charge of, you need to take care of your sister, you need to be helpful, you need to protect her. It's kind of that build the feeling of, this is my youngest sister, I want to be able to take care of her. And we read a lot of books about families that have someone's child with a disability, and it kind of encouraged that. I think they work together very well right now, except for sometimes she'll say, Sophia doesn't want to play with me, or Sophia doesn't. It's because Sophia would like to, because of her autism, she wants to be alone. Sophia goes to ABA in school at the moment. She also takes speech therapy and occupational. I have my mother and, of course, my husband. They are in the picture, and my husband is very supportive. We have also a circle of friends who really understand Sophia's needs. So if we're in any event or setting, they are very supportive. They understand that, oh, she might need her space, she might need certain accommodations and food. So I'm glad that I'm surrounded with that, but still you want her to be able to, she's in the grocery store, she can depend on herself. She's in any position, she can be more independent. Autism is a journey. You don't expect that you're gonna be seeing that in your kid. You don't plan it, you don't know that this is going to be coming, you don't wish for it. Sophia's autism has taught me that there is no such thing as a perfect child or a perfect person. Perfection is a perception. So we need to embrace our children the way they are and try not to give up or not to limit them because of their autism. I think there is just different, and you can channel them and help them succeed differently than a neurotypical child. No one understands how stressful it can be. No one except a family that has a person on the spectrum, because they will always need help and support from their family. And I think it's a blessing to have a situation like that, because it teaches you something in life, and that's all I can say. Thank you so much for having me.